The trees whisper, the wind hisses, the dirt remembers. It is 15 AD. A Roman column marches, not in conquest, but in silence. Each footstep sinks into soil that once drank the blood of 20,000 Romans. Their bones still lie beneath the moss, their shields rusted into the forest floor. Their standards, eagles of Rome, stolen, broken, or defiled. 6 years ago, in this very forest, the empire suffered its worst defeat. 3 Roman legions slaughtered, an entire force wiped out, a betrayal that shocked the world. A commander, Publius Quinctilius Varus, was so disgraced that he fell on his own sword. And now Rome has returned. But this time they bring no illusions of peace. This time they are here for vengeance. At their head rides Germanicus, nephew of the emperor, son of Nero Claudius Drusus, heir to glory and survivor of fire. Behind him, 5,000 elite soldiers, hardened veterans. Ahead of him, 40,000 Germanic warriors, wild, fierce, ready to finish what they started. The Roman soldiers know the stories. They know what happened here, but they march anyway. And somewhere, deep in the trees, a man waits. His name is Arminius. The man who betrayed Rome, the man who led the ambush, the man who buried an empire in mud and blood. The second battle of Teutoburg forest is about to begin. One forest, 2 enemies, one of them is marching into hell, and this time they know it. Flashback. The Teutoburg massacre, 9 AD. 6 years earlier, 9 AD, Rome is at the height of its power. The empire stretches from the sands of Africa to the misty edges of Germania. But one area still resists Roman order: the dark, wet, tangled forests east of the Rhine. To tame it, the emperor sends Publius Quinctilius Varus with 3 full legions, 17, 18, and 19. Alongside them rides a trusted Germanic ally, a young noble, trained in Roman tactics, fluent in Latin, a member of the auxiliary cavalry. His name, Arminius. But Arminius is no friend. He's watched Rome burn villages, crucify tribes. He's played the part of ally, while secretly uniting the fractured Germanic tribes under one goal: revenge. In September of 9 AD, as Varus marches his men through the Teutoburg forest, the trap is sprung. Rain pours, roads vanish, trees twist into spears. From the fog, the ambush comes, not once, not twice, but for 3 straight days. The Roman column collapses, their wagons bog in the mud. The cavalry is useless in the dense brush, and as they fall, they scream, not for mercy, but for Rome. Varus, knowing all is lost, throws himself on his sword, and the survivors, few. Some are enslaved, some are sacrificed to pagan gods, most are never seen again. The eagles of Rome, sacred standards, are captured and paraded like trophies. The Teutoburg massacre isn't just a loss, it's a wound. It shocks the empire. Augustus reportedly tears his clothes and screams, "Quinctilius Varus, give me back my legions." But no one answers, because those legions are gone, buried in the trees. The return of Rome. Enter Germanicus, 15 AD. Fast forward to 15 AD, Rome has not forgotten. A new emperor sits on the throne, Tiberius, cold and calculating. But it is his nephew, Germanicus Julius Caesar, who commands the army now. Young, brilliant, beloved by the men. Germanicus has one mission: to punish Arminius, to reclaim the eagles, to show the world that Rome does not forgive. He assembles a force of 5,000 elite legionaries, Legio II Augusta, auxiliaries from Gaul, cavalry from the Rhine. But it is not the size of the army that matters, it's the fire in their hearts. They are not marching to conquer land, they are marching to wash away shame. As they cross the Rhine, the men are silent. Some whisper prayers, others grip their gladies tighter. They pass through villages burned in the last campaign. They see the wreckage of ambushes. And then they enter the forest. The same forest where their brothers fell. The mood turns cold. Superstitions rise. Men say the trees whisper names. Others say they see bones underfoot. Not animals, but soldiers. But Germanicus is undeterred. He orders torches lit, standards raised, and the march continues.
The march into the forest. The Roman formation is tight. No long columns, no vulnerable supply chains. Germanicus has learned from Varus's failure. He uses scouts, clears paths, constructs temporary forts every night. He even deploys engineers to build roads as they advance, so no one gets bogged in mud. Still, the Germans watch, from the trees, from the shadows. They are led once again by Arminius, now older, hardened, and more dangerous than ever. His army is larger than ever before, over 40,000 warriors from dozens of tribes. Cherusci, Bructeri, Marsi, Chauci. But unity is fragile. They are united only by hate. And Arminius knows the forest is still his. He prepares another ambush, but this time the Romans don't walk blindly into the trap. Germanicus sends cavalry ahead. They spot the ambush lines. And just like that, the ambush becomes a battle. The battle begins. It begins with horns, then the clash of shields. Germanic warriors surge forward, howling, painted, savage. But they are met not by panic, but by Roman steel. The Roman formation holds. Shields lock. Pila fly. Germanicus unleashes his cavalry on the flanks. The forest echoes with death. The Germans try to repeat Teutoburg, fast strikes, guerrilla chaos, but Germanicus adapts. He splits his force. One group holds the line, the other swings wide, flanking Arminius's left. Now the hunter is being hunted. Hours pass. The forest becomes a furnace. Smoke, blood, mud choked with bodies. Roman discipline proves stronger than Germanic rage. But Arminius is clever. He fakes a retreat, draws a Roman detachment into a valley. There the Germans nearly encircle them, but Germanicus sees it coming. He sends reinforcements at the last second. What began as a repeat of Teutoburg becomes its reversal. Rome's revenge. By nightfall, the forest is littered with the dead. Germanicus pushes deeper. He splits the Germanic army, driving a wedge between their camps. He captures Arminius's cousin, Inguiomer, and slaughters an entire rear guard. The eagles of the lost legions, once stolen in shame, are found in enemy shrines.
Roman soldiers fall to their knees, weeping as they recover them. It is not just a victory, it is a cleansing. In a final charge, Germanicus breaks the Germanic center, forcing Arminius to flee, wounded, bleeding, and defeated. But once again, Arminius slips away. He lives, but his army does not. 40,000 warriors, shattered. Rome has its revenge, but not its closure. Aftermath and legacy. Germanicus stands on the site of Varus's death. He orders his men to collect the bones of the fallen, thousands of them. They gather skulls from trees, shield fragments from roots, sword hilts rusted into the ground. They build funeral pyres, and there, in silence, they burn the dead. Germanicus does not boast. He does not celebrate. He simply says, "Let the spirits of the fallen find peace." Rome never annexes Germania. It never holds the land beyond the Rhine for long. But it doesn't matter, because Rome came here not to conquer, but to restore honor. And in that, they succeeded. One forest, two battles, one an ambush, the other an answer. In 9 AD, Rome was humiliated. In 15 AD, it returned, not with peace, not with forgiveness, but with fire and steel. Germanicus didn't erase the defeat of Teutoburg, but he reminded the world what Rome was capable of when it bled. And Arminius, he would never again unite the tribes. He died years later, betrayed by his own people. The forest swallowed his body. But Rome remembered. Because history doesn't just record victories, it records revenge. And this was Rome's revenge.